Hello, everybody. I'm Cody.
I'm Chantal.
Welcome to Unit 2, Don't Be Like Mike. And this article will talk about Michael Jordan. It's a name that I believe everybody should recognize. He is a legend in basketball, and his name is very ubiquitous all throughout sports.
Yeah.
People know Michael Jordan. It was the catchphrase, be like Mike, that was created. And so it has this idea, this imagery of his fierce competitive nature, his drive to win. Fierce.
Fierce.
That he often pushed his teammates very hard to the championships. And, in his perspective, it was to, really boost their morale so that way they could be more driven, more motivated. But this documentary mentioned in the article, The Last Dance, takes a look at the span of his career, what he did, and behind the scenes kind of perspective. What do you know about Michael Jordan?
Wow, not a lot. Okay, I know obviously he's a basketball player, and yes, I know he has some very famous Nike shoes. I'd say most South Africans know that at least. Yes. And he's iconic. He's iconic.
Right. You mentioned his name, you mentioned his shoes. Everyone knows him typically.
Yes.
And on his shoes, there's the image of him depicted on there.
Right.
Flying through the air, slamming the basketball.
Right.
That's, a well-known image of him, and people tend to know about it. In all sports. Depict.
Depict.
But I do have another question. What sports do you follow closely, if any?
I'm more of a rugby person.
Oh, okay.
Yes, South Africans generally tend to watch more rugby or football or cricket. I'm definitely a rugby fan, so that's something, when it's World Cup or big games are coming up, I'm watching rugby. What about you?
Well, I know nothing about rugby.
It's amazing.
Other than from watching the movie Invictus about South Africa. So, kudos to South Africa.
Yes.
But I mostly watch American football, which is similar to rugby in some ways. Different rules.
Oh, no, you don't.
There's a ball?
No.
Tackle?
No. Let's not go there.
All right. I'm not going to draw a total comparison. But it's much more similar than soccer to football.
True.
Although they share the same name throughout the world, people call America's soccer, the world football. That's confusing to us Americans.
Yes.
I don't know why we stay different.
Right. It's confusing.
Yes. But other than that, I like NBA basketball. Yeah, my hometown has an NBA team, and I enjoy watching them from time to time. And now we're going to move on to the language focus. And so for the first one, it's simply at the same time, and this shows contrast. For my example is working at home can be very tiring and boring. But at the same time, I get to make a lot of coffee.
And then the next one is one of the most adjective noun. For example, my mom is one of the most generous people I know.
That's a very good one, yes.
Very true. She's really kind.
Well, that's it for the preview, and we'll see you in the review section.